Yo, what is good, y'all? Welcome to Pirate Hours. This is Newton Manga Academy. If you're here, you know TCB has done us good with another edition of Ichiro Oda's finest. One Piece Chapter 1186 is out. Let me check the stream, make sure it's up. Let's see. Yep, what is sounds good. What's good? What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all's week going well. I had an off day today, so thankfully I've been able to relax. Had an off day yesterday, but I had to do some car maintenance stuff. So now it's like a true off day. Was able to decompress, rest, back to the grind tomorrow. But tonight it is Pirate Hours. Chapter 1186 of One Piece is out, titled Once More. I know I've been giving CANDELLE a hard time. Still don't trust her. Someone's off about this entire backstory. Just suddenly, Mars is here. So it could be that she's a victim. Oda is very ruthless in his flashbacks. The celestial boat visit. Either she's a spy and that was a further details or updated on mission, or something bad happened to her while she was on that boat, and Shuri was the end result of that, and the Celestials are coming back to collect quote unquote one of their own. So it's one of those two tracks. Either I look stupid, or Candele is a monster like Garling. It's one of the two. So we'll see. I'm just confused. Is Gunk? So that means Gunk Emu has legit mind control powers then, because Shuri's old enough to remember this stuff. So they have to do some type of memory wiping stuff. We need to see some details about how Shuri becomes Gunko. This is getting more and more confusing, seeing how old she is when this event happens. I used to think that maybe she was just a toddler when this happened, so she doesn't really know any better. But nah, she was 14 when this event conspired. It was 7 years after this event when Rox pulls up into the Holy Land, if I remember correctly. So there definitely is some more to this about what's happening, but I guess it could be the sealing. They put the seal on Shuri, and that's how they do the mind control stuff, but this is interesting. All right, but without further ado, let's dive into chapter 1186 of One Piece, titled Once More. By the way, I saw the trailer for the One Piece. Looks awesome. Looking forward to watching it, to seeing what do they modify to make it more consumable to newer viewers. So I'm looking forward to seeing that project. I've actually binge watching the live action over the last couple of months, and I've really enjoyed it. I know they changed a lot around, especially with Garp's involvement, and they laid on how thick the whole Luffy Roger connection is. But I kind of liked it. I liked how they changed it. I'm really enjoying these newer projects for One Piece that are targeting fans that haven't read the manga or watched the anime, but are wanting to get into it. Alright, but let's dive into chapter 1186. Cover request by Sunadongo. Loki covertly drawing Ida, who is secretly amused by it. So we got Loki, that snake, we got the lion, a dog, wolf thing, I guess. And Ida's holding a basket. We got Loki drawn, looking all adorable and happy. Shout out to Ida. Brooks passed. The world government versus Asperia. Don't give up! So you see the world government ships are bombarding Asperia. Winding independence is, so you see Asperia soldiers are fighting. As they're getting shot down by world government soldiers. Our only shot at survival. So Brooke is just in a trance. What? So we see the unnamed dude with the cigarette, Shiri with glowing eyes and the horns, and Mars just looking. Brooke, we need a medic, quick! The king is in critical condition. Big Emu is there too. So Mars is being taken over by Emu. So like so Mars had the Renegon eyes in the previous chapter, but just to see Emu just lurking like a parasite, just on like a conjoined twin, they're so weird. Big bro. I mean, why is this stuff in silhouette, Oda? We already know what Mars looks like. We know what Emu looks like. We know what Emu unshadowy form looks like. Just show us Mars and just show us the bird with the Emu thing sticking out. Because this is supposed to be like God Valley, where Emu took over not Jupiter, Saturn. So we see Saturn, but with Emu's shadowy vestige on top. So I'm assuming this is the same thing to show us. All of these characters have been revealed. There is zero reason to silhouette this stuff. Big bro, said Brook as he's rushing over to Leuven. Hang in there, big bro. Please, you've gotta. Big bro. Big bro! So this is Brook. So Brook's having a flashback. Are you a fan, mister? Don't call me mister. Yo! Well, I suppose I'll just call you Big Bro. Then Leuven, Big Bro. Then Brook, Big Bro! Big Bro! The emu's just looking. The emu's just looking. Like, look at these pathetic humans. Where's the damn medic? This sudden intrusion, slam, is quite the inconvenience. Wait, what? Did Emu and Mars just split? Wait, what? Mars is like a skyscraper. He's not in this room. There's no way he could hide in a corner. What? So they were there by the organ. Yes, we don't even see the organ in this shot. But the door slammed shut. So they just turned it into a mist. What? Or they moved so fast Brook couldn't perceive it? Brook, you know that guy is dead already, right? So this is Shuri. Brook. You. Who are you? What have you done to Princess Shuri? He's pointing his sword over to the random dude. You see, I've watched over Shuri since she was a baby. She's totally incapable of this. There's nothing I don't know. There's nothing I don't know when it comes to the princess. Then tell me, Brook, did you know that I'm a celestial dragon? And Brook's shocked. This guy wasn't my real father. Did you know that? Don't call him this guy, huh? What are you even saying? Brook is retorting. You are the child of King Leuven. That's a fact. Shuri, can you prove that? Facts about the DNA test. Brook, that's irrelevant. When it comes to the bond between a parent and a child, the Shuri, it isn't this is life-changing news. I should have been raised as a celestial dragon. These past 16 years were a complete waste. Don't you understand how angry that makes me? And that demand for 1,000 slaves, it isn't true. This guy just didn't want to hand me over. That's a major plot twist. It wasn't the 1,000 slaves. It was hand over Shuri. Huh. I have to think that changes my thoughts on Leuven. This guy just didn't want to hand me over. Brook, stop calling him that. This guy was a good-for-nothing king who pointlessly led his people to their doom. That's why I made him take responsibility. With the king dead, this war can end. So the smoke guy's just listening on. But defeat will make our nation a lawless land, said Brook. Shuri, that is no longer my concern. So the dude's just smoking, chilling. Knights of Knights of God, Saint Mad Mayor, grow. So I mean, Holy Knight predictable, but for him to be a legit Mad Mayor, so that might be legit Gunko's dad. I remember you now. There was a kid with an afro among Candelle's attendants. Shit, they got the same eyes. You weren't allowed to come near me. Then Brooke sees the eyes and he jumps back. That eye. We wouldn't normally come all the way to a backwater country like this to retrieve a single brat, but this kid possesses those mismatched eyes. Being born with that trait is truly rare, and the great one desires them. I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. What are they talking about? Ebu, thou hast said too much, Grow. Grow, oh forgive me, great one. Grow, hey Shiri. Brooke, huh? No wait. This is just a dream, right? I used to change your diapers. I know everything about you, princess. Shiri, you're so patronizing. Shedding tears like that is beyond pathetic. I deserve stronger protection. If I go to the Holy Land now, I won't need you anymore. And Brooke is coming into tears. Where is Emu, by the way? Can Brooke hear Emu speak, or is that just in Grow's head? What? I won't need you anymore. As Brooke is being brought to tears. And he's reminiscing. To me, you were always an angel, but now you look like a demon. So we got Shiri Gavote, and Brooke is pointing his blade towards her. I couldn't protect the big bro, the man who saved my life. So Brooke is dropping his sword, and Shiri's about to stab him. Oh! Bond en vente. From frogs to cattle, from kings to chattel. Of the dead you'll find only bones get left behind. How's Brooke alive? What? Wait a minute. So Brooke's scar is the sword getting ran through his head? What? Bones alone, as everyone knows. She legit stabbed him in the head. That's just the way the story goes, and Brooke falls. So Sherry and Gro are walking off. Commander Brooke! How are any of these dudes alive? He's awake. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I'm shocked. A sword went through your head and you survived. It's a miracle. It missed your major blood vessels and the brain stem. The brain it missed her. She missed the brain. Too much fro. The fro protected him. She didn't know where to aim. What about the king? I'm not sure how much you remember, Commander. We shouldn't give you too much of a shock. No, I want you to tell me. We failed. The king is dead. An eyewitness saw Princess Shuri boarding a government ship. And Brooke is the memories coming back to Brooke. Most citizens have already fled the country. It doesn't matter where they go now. They'll be refugees now. So Brooke is getting the memory of Shuri cutting down Leuven. Brooke, wah! Commander, oh no, his wound reopened. Commander, stay with us. So Brooke is bleeding from his head. and they're calling to him, Commander, Commander. So Brooke, we're back to the present day. Brooke, back then, I didn't even know what a devil fruit was. The princess seemed so different after the king's murder. It was chilling. She just looked like a demon. But I always thought I was hallucinating. If that was actually real, though. Hey, you guys. Brooke is crying. Do you think it's okay if I put my faith in Princess Cherie once more? So Frankie is crying. Nami is crying. Usopp shook. Jinbei sternly looking on. If she is a victim, then we got he's having a flashback to Cherie going, "Run, Brooke." Is that just cause I'm their daughter? So this is more flashback. So Cherie's still in the ice. Brooke, I want to save her. Princess Cherie, with a determined look on his face. Brooke is bowing. Please, everyone, lend me your strength. Jinbei's cracking his knuckles. No need to be so formal. Let's hurry and smash that ice. Nami, I wonder if lightning will do the trick. Frankie, a radical beam is our best bet. Usopp, it seems like explosives don't work. What should I do? Brooke is taking off. Hey, Brooke, wait up. Whoa. Walrus school. Ooh, ah. I'm stuffed. Oh, this is Luffy. That crazy new guy is Elbaf's enemy, right? Then he's my enemy too. I'm overflowing with power. Oh, this is Max power. I'm overflowing. Luffy just jumps. The way I'm feeling now, I don't think I can lose. I still think Imu should be stronger than Luffy. So like, I was watching one of King of Lightning streams. They were talking about like how strong can Imu be, because it doesn't make sense that he just could just destroy the Yonko system by himself, which is true. It's clearly more effort than it's worth to fight Kaido, Big Mom, Prime, Whitebeard, Shanks. They just can't do it. It's not worth it. Even with whatever Imu's power scheme is, he deems it not worthwhile to go there. Go to Totland to challenge Big Mom. Never went to Wano to face Kaido. Never put up to any of Whitebeard's territory. So he has to be at least relative to them in strength some way. If he's too stronger than them, then that story doesn't really make sense. If he's weaker than them, then the world government got some explaining to do. So he should be a Yonko-ish dude. The question is, like, we're not doing the escalation threat thing. So it's like Blackbeard just going to be a threat because he has 3 devil fruits. Because I don't see how Blackbeard is just going to magically become stronger than Kaido by measurable means. Even if Blackbeard surpasses Kaido, it'll be like barely. So I'm curious to see if we're gonna do the thing where Kaido's like legit the zenith of the power schema of One Piece, and we're just facing people that are like Kaido adjacent for the rest of the story. So I am curious to see how Oda's gonna walk that tight line between escalation threat of your typical shonen and respecting the lore of the Yonko being the 1v1 top tiers in the verse. Because how much longer we're gonna do the whole Luffy isn't like a true Yonko yet stuff? Like, people still think Kaido clears Luffy at 100% HP. Like, how many more arcs are we gonna do the whole, oh, Luffy hasn't passed Kaido yet? We can't keep doing that too. We gotta, I don't know, because we're turning Kaido into like a myth. We're making him like Mount Everest. Like the like people were talking about like Kaido was at 40 HP when Gear 4 started or something like that. So I'm curious to see what O's gonna do. Because you could argue that no matter what Emu does, people are going to say, "Oh, Luffy's not stronger than Kaido currently, so not impressed." So that's kind of how I have issues with the power scaling right now. You don't want to disrespect Kaido by saying everyone post Kaido is stronger than him, clearly, but still saying that Luffy's weaker than Kaido still. If we're going to be saying Luffy's weaker than Kaido still for a minute, like, people got to let that go. It's similar to like the Katakuri stuff, for how long it lasted post Whole Cake, the Luffy versus Katakuri debate. I'm feeling the Kaido stuff is becoming into that caliber. So, Luffy, the way I'm feeling right now, I don't think I can lose. And he just bounds towards where Loki and Emu is. Speaking of which, we got Loki and Emu. Loki targeting kids. The world government sure plays dirty. Emu looking puzzled. Thou art ignorant of the reason, then. Loki's looking on. Emu, shall I enlighten thee? 800 years ago, the giant race were defeated in a bid to rescue their children. Loki, 800 years ago? What are you saying? A few centuries is not nearly enough to change the nature of a race. That bigotry, without fail, thine people inevitably bend the knee when thine offspring are taken. So he got Zaza snatching up the kids. Ignorance of the significance of what is occurring is irrelevant. History always repeats itself. So we got Brogy and Hydruden, the Emu. 'Tis already too late. Thou art all slaves of Mew. Loki, you prick. What are you trying to say? Hey, dumbass. Luffy is there. So Loki was about to swing. Then Luffy, hey, dumbass. How did Luffy get there so fast? So Luffy's rearing up attack. Emu's looking on. Get off of Elbaf. And he punches Emu. Emu is bleeding. One strike. Chapter 1186 end. Ooh, the Conqueror's hockey on it too. Bolts. Ooh. Emu got hit hard. So this is max full power Luffy. We're about to see a spectacle. And no break next week. So this is max full power Luffy. Loki is still standing too. Because I know a lot of people thought Loki was going to get defeated. Then Luffy pulls up. So we are going to get a 2v1. Tightrope indeed, Oda. Tightrope indeed. So maybe it's possible Loki goes to do something else, but there's not really much else to do. Yeah, we're gonna get the 2v1. We're gonna see how well Emu can handle two characters. We're gonna see. Because if Emu styles on them both, or if Emu not style on, because he didn't style on Loki, yeah, he kind of did. If Emu is just phase tanking through all the, he's like he can't face tank it. So he's just been kind of. It's hard to describe Loki versus Emu. Emu's kind of been comfortably winning, but kind of not. If this was like an NBA playoff series, this was like a 6-game series in Emu's favor. Kind of comfortably winning and kind of stressed out a bit. It didn't go game 7. So if we add Luffy into the mix, we're going to see what Emu needs to pull out. We're going to see game 7 Emu. Because Emu is still just like moonwalking away, just dodging, and just like, this is story time with Emu. Then maybe the power scales are right, and Kaido is still clearly stronger than Luffy. But we're gonna see, because Emu has enough time to give Loki lore about his people. Like, Emu's not pressed really. But let's see if Luffy's addition to the fight can make Emu more pressed. But it was a fun chapter. We got the flashback was about 5 chapters. Did belabor. How did Mars and Emu leave that fast? I'm still. Come on. Let's do. Come on. Let's go back. Boom. Bars is the size of a skyscraper. Emu sticking out of them. Yushimans are too loud. And they're just gone. What? How does this work? The Knight of God, Saint Man Mayor. So this is some special ability. The Renegon eyes. So Oda introduced Keke. That is not Keke Genkai. Then what are the blood limits called in Naruto? All right, I'm about to Google this. It's gonna bother me. All right. Are the blood inherited traits called in Naruto? It is Keke Genkai. Yeah, I was right. I should have trusted myself. Yeah. So Oda introduced Keke Genkai into One Piece. We got the whatever the Renegon eyes are. So this is special. So this mismatch. So there's something they need to awaken. Is it like what? If they can awaken it, so the Menmayer family is special. What is this ability? Because Emu's not a Menmayer, so if Emu's last name was Menmayer, totally would understand. Is this a trait all celestial dragons have, or is it just a Menmayer trait? Let's see. I remember you now. There was a kid with an afro among Candelle's attendants. You weren't allowed to come near me. We wouldn't normally come all the way to a backwater country like this to retrieve a single brat, but this kid possesses those mismatched eyes. Being born with that trait is truly rare, and the Great One desires them plural. So this might not be a Manmare specific thing. This might be a celestial dragon thing, where every once in a while a celestial is born with this mismatched eyes, and there's something about them that Emu wants, and there's something that they can awaken. I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. Thou hast said too much to grow. What is that? How they control Uranus? Are the mismatched iris people some type of ancient weapon? They can control ancient weapons. Period. Is it just Uranus they can control? What can this be? Oda's giving us Keke Genkais. I see you, Oda. I see you. Brooke surviving that is bullshit, man. That's come on. There's a better way to give Brooke that scar. And also, because we know that the Holy Knights age, it's just the Gorosei that don't age. So any type of spin back for Brooks against Gro's long dead. Or people in One Piece can live long. But this was 63 years ago, something like that. So he's well in his hundreds if he's still alive. There's no like there's certain like holy knights where it's like what is the end of their story? Like they got introduced like what's her face? The chick that was tasked with getting Shanks and Shamrock back. Matthew, not Matt. Is it Matthew? Yeah, Matthew. Like, is Shanks going to spin the block on Matthew? Is Dragon going to spin the block on Matthew? Does it matter? We're just never going to see Matthew again. Same thing with Saint Gro. Is Brooke ever gonna see this dude again, or is he died of old age? Like Matthew's like in her. We don't know how old she is, but she's Garling's age. That she's pushing 80 by now. I guess if Garling still holds up, so Matthew's probably still strong. So Dragon could show up in one tapper because she's the old lady. But why would you want to show an old lady getting one shotted? Like some of these Celestials, because all the Holy Knights age, Some of them I don't see the. Also, Summers is old. Like always, like Summers is Garling's rival, so Summers should also be like approaching 80, or at least in his like approaching 70s, because it's hard to tell how much younger or older Summers was compared to Garling. But yeah, Garling is like in his 70s. Summers, yeah. So some of these holy knights are just going to age out the game. So whatever quote unquote comeuppance they should have gotten narratively just wouldn't happen. Um, so yeah, so I'm curious to see how Oda's going to handle some of these old holy knights that appear in the flashback. If they're still alive and they're old people, there's no reason to have old people fighting. Unless they're gonna do something like they're all still the same strength, just old. Eh. Maybe they're the people that Chopper fights. Like they're the Grand Fleets need people to fight, so they fight the retired Holy Knights. So that's what we're gonna do. Maybe Brooke is gonna run the fade with Grow at the end of the story. Or maybe they all exist just to watch them die when Blackbeard takes Emu's powers. They all lose their vitality. So that's what we just gonna see a panel of all of them super aging and dying. Um, I'm curious to see how Oda's gonna write the end of the Holy Knights and the Celestials in general. They deserve ritualistic murder, each one, but Oda's clearly not gonna do that. But this is interesting. So there's some special trait that the Celestials have, or maybe just the Mamayers have, that makes Oda want to have them. Hmm. All right. This was a good chapter. We're back into the present. Luffy cracks Emu, the Conqueror's hockey coated fist. Um, so we get Luffy and Loki versus Emu. All right, this is gonna be fun. But let me know what y'all think about the Saint Grows dialogue with Brook. This special trait that is rare amongst Celestials that Emu wants. Um, so Grow most likely is Shiri's dad. Um, so Grow was the one on the ship that crashed near Asperia early on. Hmm. All right, so maybe Candle was innocent after all. But let me know what y'all think about the chapter in the comment section. Make sure to like the video. Shout to TCB Scans. Peace out. To the next time to Newton's Manga Academy.